And I guess it's a really big movie that won a lot of awards, and I was in it.
I've never heard of it, so I mean, I guess I'm out of the loop as well.
It's about a drag queen, this guy that's straight, and he did it because he lost his job, and he was getting married. He was a redneck, and he was trying to get money for his wedding because he lost his job. So they talked him to do drag.
I might have to watch that.
I need to watch it.
Sounds
too.
like a really. Is it a '90s film?
No, I did it when I moved here.
No, I mean the movie itself. Oh, you were in the movie.
Probably somewhere in it.
Okay, so you guys did a rendition of the movie, right?
That they created it. It was for independent film in Orlando.
Oh, okay. I totally missed the bar on this one.
Sorry,
I apologize.
I messed that up, but yeah.
So you were in a film that was shown at Parliament House, and you were physically in the movie.
No, they shot at the. I don't ever say that name right. How do you say it?
It's Parliament House or P House.
There was a scene that they shot there.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
The drag part. And I did another thing in a trailer park, which was really scary. It was a really scary trailer park.
Jesus, I'm going to have to watch this movie
This
now.
trailer park, I felt like...
It's called My Friend Lydia?
My Friend Lydia.
All right. Afterwards, remind me about this.
I need to watch it too. But the trailer park, I thought that there was like little kid toys with a lock room. And it was scary. I thought...
It was like a bondage chamber?
It was abandoned trailer. I saw jail, like someone left jail suit in the trailer. It was abandoned trailer.
That sounds like a bondage playroom, what you're describing. Like prison. I'm sure they took all the leather, but they left all the stuff that they couldn't like carry out.
What is that?
What, a bondage room?
Yeah.
You ever seen that famous movie 55 Shades of Grey? 50 Shades of Grey?
Oh.
Like a bondage room, like a sexual pleasure room.
But I think these people got escaped from prison. I think that's what it was.
I don't know. You'll have to tell me. Like,
it was really scary.
Where's the trailer park at?
Where's that hillbilly area?
Christmas? Bithlo? Bithlo? I've been ragging on Bithlo for years, and this just adds
scary.
to the... Bithlo is a not fuck around area.
I don't ever want to go back over there.
It is, like, if you're not a resident of it, it's like its own little tribunal community, and they are very protective of their area. I mean, there's a lot of drugs in there. There's a lot of...
Is that what's going on there?
There's a lot of shady shit going on in Bithlo. I mean, I'm
sure there's nice people too, but...
Oh, yeah, I'm not...
But where I was out was scary.
Yeah, there's a lot of silly, scary shit that happens out there. I mean, I don't want to speak ill, but it's kind of our shit area. It's like our shit country, you know, I don't know. I don't even want to say half of it, but, you know, kind of the more white trash area.
But they filmed the one part there in the bandit trailer, but I was like, I need to take a shower after being in there.
Fucking A.
It was gross.
You'll have to tell me where this is afterwards. Like in
it was a while ago, so I don't.
Hopefully the metal can of a trailer is still there. I would love to.
I don't know if it's still there or not. I don't even remember where it was.
That's also a hobby of mine, is doing that deserted area photography. I love that shit. It's like they call it abandoned. I don't know. There's a hotel out in Daytona that before it got torn down, I went with my Sony Alpha A100 and took like 167 images, and they're all gone now, or they've made their way onto like abandoned porn. They call it abandoned porn, you know, like food porn or you know, over glorified shots, and they consider it, you know, porn being eye amusing. You know, that's where the whole porn thing comes in. It's not people in weird places, but I mean, there's a whole demographic for that too. But I mean, but going to abandoned places and taking pictures, like one of my favorite places ever was Little China. Do you know Little China in Orlando?
Oh, yeah. I just think of it.
You've heard of it.
It's a very mixed Asian area, though. A lot of different cultures in that one area near downtown.
No, that's Koi Town.
Oh,
Little China was actually an amusement park made by the Chinese. And yeah, it was open for like a year, but they abandoned it.
Really?
Yeah, it's Little China. It had some kind of... It was created during the early 90s, maybe late 2000s. I don't know. Maybe the time frame is completely off. But basically, it was an amusement park that showcased the values of China under the communist regime that was running at the time. And it was meant to be for like PR and marketing, for bringing tourists over to China. And that was what its whole gimmick was. But it Splendid China, I think it was called. It's crazy. We'll look it up on Orlando history later.
Okay.
But it's really cool kind of side story. And I went there and took pictures of the places, climbed. My buddy was doing rock climbing, and that's why he wanted to go there, is to climb some of the abandoned rides or whatever. It was a really interesting kind of fucking thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a whole. I've long since passed doing that. That actually got picked up at Indiana when I would go to the abandoned insane asylums.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, there's a lot in Indiana.
I know there are.
Yeah, so we've probably stomped around the same crazy places if you lived in Indiana.
I try to stay away from that. But I don't think that trailer is still there. I'm sure it's probably gone by now.
I guess I'll have to go find it.
Yeah, but it's somewhere over there.
Part of the new true crime podcast I'm doing called Not Doing a True Crime Podcast. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Anyways, Julie, you got a lot of stuff coming up. You have Fringe Kids. Tell us a little more about that.
Just I work with kids a lot different at schools and all that. I try to do improv when I work on productions. So I'm just gonna try to put a lot of my program together, be a couple hours long, and just try to get the kids to participate in improv and have kids all different levels and teach them the basics of improv and how to work together. And I feel like right now our big thing is communication, how we put the phones in the bowl. We are so stuck in our technology. We just don't communicate with each other. Yeah, everything has to be done through social media, and that's why I love doing this show, because all the advertising I've been doing, aside from the couple of posts that we did, have all been word of mouth. Yeah, it is fucking great. There's nobody on the social media page because that's how I want it. I want people to see the numbers when I show them the statistics. But I'm trying to teach kids these basics too, so they it's for adults too, but with the kids, it's just to help teaching tools. So when kids have projects or someday when they do jobs and interviews, that they think on their feet, they don't feel like they have to have it like already in front of their face, but they have the tools, the skills, the thing on their feet to talk to people and not be scared to do that. And that's what I try to teach. And also for stage 2, if they want to do plays or whatever, they use these skills to work on productions. But so a lot of social development goes into particularly like problem solving. Yes, exactly. I can see a huge aspect of me being a teacher once upon a time and teaching these kids life skills that they would otherwise not learn unless they participate in some kind of like extracurricular activity like track or football or anything like building communication, teamwork. But basically when I teach adults too, I just basically, how do I word it right? That adults are just like big kids. Right, we are. We have to get out of our heads sometimes because we get so stuck in our heads. Yes. So I try to do exactly the same thing with the kids as adults because we just have to have that time to feel free and loose and that we're just having fun and connecting with others. Exactly. So. And that's what I've really enjoyed when we were working and doing the improv, is that it is so freeing to finally just, put away the cell phones. And while the audience might be on cell phones, whatever, we're not doing it for them. We're doing it for us and for our own, building the characters and, getting very organically fresh as in a minute by minute basis. It's always been my kind of style of interviewing, been my style of comedy, is that I like to be improv the whole time. Is very little planning and excellent product, And I think we've done that here tonight. I think we've done some magic. We have talked about just a lot of content, actually. To even go back in, I forget things that we first talked about within the first 15 minutes, and now we're 4th grade. Your 4th grade newspaper, and then going to China, and it's nuts. I mean, so many identifying stories that I would have not assumed. Like, I would have not known that you know any Mandarin. You don't. And tonight I found out that you are a part Jewish, and I didn't know that. And I feel bad if I ever made any Jewish jokes on any of my shows. And I don't know. I'm still learning that cultural appropriation and PC culture while still being me at the same time. Well, the thing is, sometimes I was talking about this earlier at work. It's comedy. I'm trying to figure out, you connect with people being personal in comedy. But like, how can I always be funny without feeling like I'm going to hurt somebody? But at the same time, sometimes you're going to hurt. Some people are just very emotional people anyways and take everything you do and like be offended by it. Right. And I really, really feel strongly about what you just said. There's a particular thing that, and an aspect about this show
that I want to push on to what we talk about. We talk about whatever the people who are sitting on the other side of me want to talk about. I tell stories about my life, and you tell stories about your life. And we've already had the guests lined up after you are an eclectic mix of people. None of them are always going to are going to agree with each other. And, it's about coming together as humans and remembering that skin color only exists to the visual aspect of something. It doesn't represent necessarily who somebody is. It's not always their identity. Right now, if you had not known me, I could have been a 45-year-old black man talking in my radio voice this entire time. I am a white man. But what people will hear from this is that we're all different, but at the same time, we're all human. And we all need to stop being so racially divided or religiously divided or any kind of division of people. We are humans. We are humans first, and we should be helping each other develop and raise ourselves in the awareness to continue to entertain and be socially conscious of other people's needs and wants, not based upon what you fucking look like.
And also, was it the 3 basics, if I say it right? Food, love. What was the third one that all humans need? That we all come together.
Whenever it's food, love, and the third one I think is air.
Yeah, and
it's just basic human needs, and that's what we all need to start focusing on.
And we're communicating with each other and start trying to help each other out instead of being like, well, look at me, what I've done. Let's all work together and try to. We're not all gonna agree.
No,
you're not gonna agree what I say. And the thing
I have a guest coming up where I am going to disagree with everything he says, and I have to play a gracious host and talk to him like a human being, and that's going to be something very difficult for me to overcome and be someone who is, as I say, open and understanding and willing to talk about the things that people are not talking about. Not every show is going to be politics. Not every show is going to be fun with Julie. You know what I mean? There's going to be some very dark times. And we did talk about some dark stuff today. We talked about alcoholism. We talked about in that particular lifestyle is that we are always in an environment where it is usually, I'm not saying that Grumpy's a dangerous place, but I'm saying that there are places in which we perform, and there are always questionable things that happen behind the scenes of any kind of bar, because that's just the way that the lifestyle and the owner, wow, that sounded fucking bad. I retract that last statement. I'm sorry, Amanda. Basically what I'm saying is that for anything that has a positive front can have a nefarious background. And that's usually the cases with strip clubs and stuff like that. But the whole bar lifestyle has that kind of innuendos. And for someone to actually be able to go in there and still enjoy the comedy, the fun, all of the great things that they have to offer as a social gathering place is just beyond me. You know what I mean? Is that those are the times we came together. Those are the fun times that we have. And it's just kind of, I think I might retract everything I just said. I don't like anywhere I went with this. Do you see what I'm trying to say, though?
But Aaron, the thing is, me and you, I'm sure a lot of ways we don't think alike.
I'm sure it's very much true.
But you've been very polite to me, and I've been very polite to you.
Exactly.
And I feel like that in most relationships anyways, I mean, we're friends, but like if you were dating, you have to respect each other.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to be, you might completely disagree with each other, but you understand that there's a middle ground, that middle ground is more important than my views on this and that. Right.
Our political leanings or whatever shouldn't have any bearing with our ability to communicate.
And that's what people in general, find the aspects that you do enjoy about somebody. Instead of saying, well, you don't like that, so I can't be around you at all.
Yeah.
That's the problem with people.
Even in our day-to-day lives, we all have our prejudice moments. It's just because we've been branded and treated the same way throughout time. Like, you're driving in the car, you might accidentally say something you really don't mean. I know, Julie, I heard you in the car say things that you don't mean. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that fucking grandma. I mean, when I'm like, you're the fucking grandma. You're going 60 and a 75. And I'm just kidding. I'm fucking
But I've
with you.
said stuff that I've had to apologize to people about.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I'm sorry I said that. And sometimes I'm naive and I don't understand things. I'm from a very small area. It's bigger now, but I'm from a small area, and we got a Verizon
store now. I love that joke. That is the hey, we got a Verizon and a taco place now. Woo-hoo!
Well, it's a lot bigger now. I'm a little sad they tore it down. Like, it was really cute. Now they tore it down. But
What they tear down?
the whole town.
Oh, Westfield is